mistakes. And maybe I need to start talking to him. Talk to him for sure. That's definitely probably something I'm definitely willing to do, to talk to some of the, not even people that went broke, but just people like legend spirit, like a Sugar Ray Leonard, Holyfield.
Yeah.
What's the other guy name? The heavyweight with the grill?
Oh, George Foreman.
George Foreman, yeah, definitely need to talk to them. Even Mike Tyson. I supposed to have been talking to Mike Tyson, but I ain't never get the chance to. I think it's scheduled.
Tank and Ryan. Good fight. Yeah, who wins? Who do you think wins?
You gotta say Tank, but it's gonna. I say Tank.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good fight.
Yeah, does it go all 12 rounds?
Huh?
Does it go all 12
I don't
rounds?
think so 12, but it could. I doubt it.
Yeah.
Jervant Davis has recently partnered with a new trainer in preparation for his rematch with Lamont Roach, and that trainer is none other than the legendary boxing icon, Iron Mike Tyson. Their collaboration began this week when Tyson visited Davis's training camp, offering guidance and personally overseeing his training sessions.
I think our person, me and Mike, we somehow like because we came for that background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think so. That's why he could relate to me like he can. It's not really about boxing. It's really about like everything. It's boxing included, but it's like his past. You know what I mean? You even can tell when Mike talk now, it's still like
The pain is still there.
It's still there. You know what I mean?
I got one more clock, then he got some Zoom.
He spent several hours at the camp, and when some reporters questioned him, he responded, "Yeah, I'm going to be doing this for a while. Tank called me to come around, not just to help with his boxing, but also to share my story and get him into the best condition possible. Y'all know I have a great story to tell in boxing, so I'm here for that. I've also been supervising his boxing training."
Just for Tank Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
What's your time? Thanks, Mike.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you guys.
If Jervant Davis's introduction of Mike Tyson to his gym was his way of listening to those who advised him to take care of his mental health, then he's certainly not making a mistake. The beauty of it for him is that Mike Tyson, one of the greatest knockout punchers in boxing history, is now there to help refine his punching power, guide him through drills, and run exercises to get him back on track.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson? What do you call your style?
I don't know. It just, I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person.
A brawler. Somebody that's like.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
Mike Tyson. I supposed to have been talking to Mike Tyson, but I ain't never get the chance to. I think it's scheduled. His schedule is there. You know what I mean? So, but I'm definitely need to talk to them and actually like get game from them, so I can give it to the people that's coming on after me. You know what I mean? So that definitely.
Mike Tyson has one of the wildest stories in boxing, and surprisingly, it mirrors the path Jervant Davis is walking today. The key difference is that Tyson was rarely, if ever, accused of ducking fighters the way Davis often is. Another reason for optimism about Davis's partnership with Tyson is the fact that, despite his limited appearances as a trainer, Mike Tyson has already proven his effectiveness. The last time he stepped into a fighter's corner, he coached an MMA athlete with no prior boxing experience into the top 10 heavyweight rankings, after the fighter's boxing debut against a world heavyweight champion, where he managed to knock the champion down in the 3rd round.
So you know, this is just the beginning. You hear me, Francis? This is just the beginning. You didn't get started yet. Like this, that's like this. Oh yeah. Relax your arm.
With Mike Tyson now part of Jervant Davis's team, it's expected that Tank is already on the path to reclaiming his lost glory and defeating the fighter who left a blemish on his boxing record. Fans were thrilled by the news, flooding the comment section with praise for both fighters and backing Tank for a possible victory in the rematch. Bringing Mike into his camp might be Tank's smartest move yet. This decision could reignite his passion and drive. He definitely still has some fire inside him, and I'd love to see him back, one fan said. Another added, Jervant Davis might just get it right. Being teachable is a great quality, and he's showing he has that. The combo of Calvin Ford and Mike Tyson is exactly what he needs to bounce back.
They call Isak Cruz the Mexican Mike Tyson. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
Because they compare you to Mike Tyson too a little bit. I know you say you don't think you like Mike, but you both get Mike Tyson comparisons.
Well, I think me and Mike,
A third fan added, Jervant needs lessons from Mike. I remember when Mike said what they shared in common was committing crimes. And indeed, Mike Tyson made this remark when asked what similarities he saw between himself and Jervant Davis. Speaking of Davis and Tyson, legendary boxer Roy Jones Jr., who had an exhibition fight with Mike Tyson in 2020, shared his thoughts as well. Until Jervant Davis's draw with Lamont Roach, Roy believed Davis was the most entertaining among them all. He even pointed out the striking similarities between Davis and Tyson in terms of boxing style and presence.
I think I do have more skills than Mike Tyson, as far as when I say I have more skills than Mike Tyson, guys smarter than at a lower weight class always have more skills. It's no heavyweight ever in life had more skills than smaller guys. So let's just take that out the picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson.
He said, he's very powerful, and anything can happen at any time, inside or outside the ring. Tank is a modern-day Mike Tyson. However, Davis believes his fighting style is quite different from Tyson's. Jervant Davis sat down with YouTuber Funny Marco on his show Open Thoughts, where they discussed a range of topics. At one point, Marco asked Davis whether he ever felt like a mini Mike Tyson during his fights. Davis responded with a single word. No. This brief answer intrigued the interviewer, prompting him to dig deeper and ask about the differences between Davis and Tyson.
Tank want a rematch. Do you let me know now? Do you want to fight Tank again? He said he open to do a rematch. Do you want to fight Tank
100%. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight again. It's just whenever the fight gonna happen.
So it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen.
Okay. They say they want it in New York again. Do you want to fight again in the Barclays Center?
I wouldn't mind, but I'd love for it to be in DC.
Okay.
I'd love for it to be in DC.
In response, Davis explained that he sees himself as a boxer-puncher, while Tyson was more of a brawler, making their fighting styles fundamentally different, at least in terms of terminology. Marco then asked whether Davis believed he could knock out opponents faster than Tyson did. Tank clarified, No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though I have the whole package. Like, I have what Mike Tyson doesn't have. You know? I think so. On the other hand, the baddest man on. The Planet himself believes there are indeed some similarities in how both he and Davis throw punches at their opponents. Tyson has even acknowledged and addressed these comparisons in several interviews.
The picture. So when people think that I'm dissing Mike Tyson, I'm not dissing Mike Tyson for sure. It's just facts is facts. You know what I mean? I do feel as though I have more skills than Mike Tyson. I just hold that puncher power just as like Mike Tyson did when he was fighting, you know, so, and I'm gonna stand on my words.
In an interview with TMZ, Mike Tyson was asked about the comparisons being drawn between himself and Jervant Davis. He agreed with the observations and spoke about how Tank's punching technique closely resembles his own. He said, for him, and myself, our stoutness to the ground, as I said before, catapults us, like being shot from a bow and arrow. He added that the resulting force is simply unstoppable. During the Davis versus Garcia fight, Tyson was actually in the corner of the Flash, Garcia. However, after Tank scored a knockout in the 7th round, Tyson openly admitted that Davis had indeed become the face of boxing. Having defeated Garcia, Davis has sparked even more interest among fans, making his next fight one to watch, and solidifying his status as one of the sport's biggest draws.
That ego shit kicks in, so I'm watching it. And he had some good qualities in it. He did some really good stuff. But the stuff that he did that represented me, I don't think people even picked up on it.
Like what kind of stuff?
Just the way he moved his head.
Yeah.
People don't know, crack my neck all the time.
Yeah, what was that about? You were always doing that.
Know what had happened when I had fought Bone Crusher Smith. He had hit me, and the next thing I know, I don't know how to crick him. I couldn't stop. My neck was messed up, so I had to go and to a chiropractor. I don't know what the heck was wrong with it.
Despite the many differing opinions on the subject, no one can deny that Jervant Davis clearly has the potential to etch his name into boxing history. Recently, Tank Davis has taken a more straightforward approach when addressing comparisons between himself and the baddest man on the planet. Often content to give away the early rounds, the powerful puncher from Baltimore methodically finds weaknesses in his opponents before unleashing a devastating power. This force has been said to rival that of some heavyweights in sparring sessions, despite the significant weight class differences. Davis's brutality is frequently compared to that of Iron Mike Tyson, the youngest heavyweight world champion ever, famously known as Kid Dynamite in his early career. Tyson won his first 19 fights by knockout and went undefeated in 37 bouts before being surprisingly defeated by James Buster Douglas. When asked about the comparison to Tank, Tyson once said, "I don't know, maybe just getting in trouble with the law." Meanwhile, Tank himself agrees with the comparison, but adds his own twist. "I agree, but I have more skills."
To you, I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank's a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter? But what do they think? What do you think about the comparison to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
This statement encapsulates Davis's self-assuredness both inside and outside the ring. Despite his respect for Tyson, Davis confidently asserts his own unique abilities and talent. Currently, Davis is preparing to defend his World Boxing Association lightweight world title against Lamont Roach Jr. on August 16th. In his prime, Mike Tyson was an unstoppable force in the heavyweight division. His blend of aggression, speed, and knockout power made him a global sensation. However, his career was also marked by personal challenges and periods of indiscipline. Jervant Davis, on the other hand, has demonstrated a similar destructive power, albeit in lighter weight classes. His patient yet explosive style has left an undeniable mark on modern boxing. Yet, like Tyson, Davis has faced his own controversies outside the ring, adding layers of complexity to his story.
Tax him up a little bit.
What do you think about Shakur Stevenson and Haney?
They both good young fighters.
You ever spar with them before?
Yeah, I sparred with Shakur for my fight for my first title shot. I sparred with Shakur. I sparred with Devin too.
Y'all got spectacular guys in the division to fight. Y'all guys should be able to make a lot of money in 2 years, huh?
Yeah, hopefully. If we all, fight each other.
Y'all gotta make a pact to fight each other.
Jervant Tank Davis has been under intense scrutiny ever since his controversial fight against Lamont Roach on March 1st. Although the bout didn't attract much attention beforehand, the majority draw outcome, combined with questionable decisions Davis made in the 9th round, for which he strangely faced no punishment or penalty, has sparked considerable debate. Many are now questioning whether Davis is overrated as a boxer, especially after failing to secure a win despite entering the fight as the betting favorite. Moreover, there's widespread discussion about whether Davis is in the right mental and emotional state to compete as a world-class boxer at this stage of his career.
bro. He did that.
Boxing legend Mike Tyson recently gave an interview to Sports Illustrated, where he was asked for his opinion on Tank Davis at this point in his career. "We've also got a look at Tank. Tank is very exciting," Tyson said. When asked which current boxers are catching his attention, Tyson mentioned Davis alongside Terence Crawford and David Benavidez as some of the most exciting fighters to watch right now. Regarding whether Tank should have been docked a point for his knee in the 9th round against Roach, Tyson was clear. "Yeah, the point should have been taken away. Regardless of what's in his eye, he did the knee, took the knee. The point should have been taken away, whatever the rule called for."
Maybe I mistook from my vantage point, so that's my mistake. But what was going through your mind when you heard the decision?
Nobody like a drug. I'm a guy that get knockouts and things like that, but it's cool. I feel like if we fight again, I could do more. And I should have did more. I was lost in I lost track.
Tyson remains a clear fan of Tank Davis and will no doubt be watching closely for his rematch against Roach. As for Jervant Tank Davis, he is set to return to the ring in August to defend his WBA lightweight world title against Lamont Roach Jr. At the press conference announcing their first fight, Davis surprised boxing fans by revealing he plans to retire at the end of 2025. Meanwhile, Tyson recently ended his own 15-year retirement to face YouTuber-turned-boxer Jake Paul, losing over 8 rounds in a largely underwhelming match. After the fight, Davis threatened to step into the ring himself to avenge the defeat of the heavyweight legend.
I think Devontae Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. He's the top dog, there's no doubt about it. He showed that. But at first I thought Tank was just going to beat him in like 5 or 6 rounds. I don't know. We have to see now. I got caught up with the hype.
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson squared off in Arlington, Texas, in what was hyped as the fight of the decade in boxing. However, the bout itself fell short of expectations. Although it lasted the full 8 rounds, Paul defeated Tyson relatively easily in front of more than 70,000 fans at the Dallas Cowboys' home stadium. Since the fight's conclusion, many voices in the boxing community, including Jervant Tank Davis, have expressed their opinions about the optics of the bout. The 27-year-old former YouTuber Paul faced off against the 58-year-old Tyson, a former heavyweight champion with legendary status in the sport, but who looked visibly uneasy in the ring during his first professional fight in 19 years. Tyson has long been a heroic figure to aspiring champions, including Jervant Tank Davis, the World Boxing Association lightweight title holder. Davis is one of the most feared fighters in the sport. His punches land like knives, and his words can sting just as sharply. More information, stay tuned to our YouTube channel and subscribe Champ Fights.